Okay, this is take 2 of the casual and totally unscripted intro for episode 302. My name is Michaels Crosa. I'm joined here with UncleASAR, Michaels Stanley, and Emily Ancinec. Hi, everybody.
Hey.
Hello.
How y'all doing?
Cool. So I'm excited about our episode today. I think we got a good one in store.
Yes, we do. We have the Jollympics because I am absolutely 100% obsessed with them. The real Olympics and Paralympics. I mean, you all will hopefully be obsessed with the Jollympics too, but I had to write something. So yeah, which are all roughly based off tweets that I actually tweeted about the Olympics. So.
Well, that's fun. And I think it's interesting, just like with our schedule. I mean, like we pretty much talked about this and wrote about this shortly after the actual Olympics. And I'm sure it's probably going to be later once the actual episode goes live, but that's fun.
And like the best episodes of Jollyville, they're based on like real life experiences, right?
Yeah.
So good.
Speaking of real life experiences, I think we got one from you coming up, Asar, right?
What's that? Real life experience?
The coffee cup sizes.
Oh yeah. Is that in this episode?
Yeah.
Looking at the script.
Oh. I see it. Shaky girl, what's that? Yeah, I can give people a hard time when I go in a place because it's, they have so many choices and then I don't know. I just ask a lot of questions. So I kind of put that together, put that in there.
That's fun. That's cool. And I'm excited. We're going to hopefully have Matt Waite come back to voice Anderson Millingsley, who kind of ambiguously ended season 2. Like, did the intern get fired or did my fictional, not fictional character just roll over and hire him back? So
we find out where he ends up.
Yeah, we do. So
I do want to know what happened about the sandwiches, though.
Okay, speaking of real life things, that was a real thing that a sandwich place turned my office down for an order because we were like 4 digits worth of sandwich debt. Yeah, so that was real. But speaking of small businesses, I've got this Jollyville, what is it? Jollyville Economic Laudations and Lamentations platform skit that I'm excited about. It's JELLP. It's a rip on Yelp, like reviews and stuff. So I think that'll be fun when we do that too. So yeah. And then our community beat is Linda Anderson from Travis County, which is where Austin is, Victim Services Unit.
Yeah, she's a hot shot in that, right? Some official or something does a lot of training of local volunteers. It's a good service, an excellent thing for the community. And I could not resist noting the similarity between the name Victim Services Unit and that show that comes on TV that's been on about 30 years. And I mean, that's not even an exaggeration, right? It's been on about 30 years.
Yeah, just about.
Right. So there's a little surprise in there, concerning that that show.
Yeah. Well, and we had a really long conversation with her too. And, one of the things that I've kind of been thinking about since that time is that, Jollyville is a very bright and shiny and sunny kind of vibe to it. And as you can imagine, somebody who helps people who are victims of violent crimes all the time, a lot of the talking about that is not really shiny, sunny, happy, and might even have some things that we probably ought to put a content warning on. So I think what I'm going to do is for this episode, put out an abridged, like it's going to include an abridged version of our conversation with Linda. And then the week following, I'll put out the full interview and kind of have a little bit of a content warning at the beginning and all that, viewer discretion is advised. Gong, gong.
Gong, gong.
Makes sense.
Is this a disclaimer right now? Is that it?
That was it, listeners. You'll hear it'll be short.
I was a little confused. I was like, is this like internal notes or I don't know?
No, I'm just saying. It'll be a short interview. You'll hear it be like, oh man, they usually go into so much detail. I would have asked so many questions about the kinds of things that they see on the day-to-day job, which is crazy stuff, as you can imagine. So we'll keep that. We'll kind of isolate that conversation, but it's a good conversation. You know what I mean? It's worth
absolutely
having and hearing and all that kind of stuff. So
it's truly good work in the community. So.
Cool. Well, all right. I'm excited about this episode. Thanks everyone for chit chatting with me here at the beginning. Why don't we get started?
Yeah. Happy listening.
Stimulating, aromatic, addictive, introducing the all-new line of luxury coffee from the designer Robert Cheerful. Get caffeinated.
Hi, this is Bob from Bob's Short Story Hour, a podcast that features an eclectic array of short story recitations from both classic and contemporary authors, as well as occasional interviews and discussions about both. You're listening to Jollyville Radio, right here on KJVR.
Mark your calendars now for the Jollyville State Fair on October 13th through 17th at the Tri-Cities Ag Center.
This year's exciting new lineups will include a home ec exhibit called Jollyville Fashion Through the Years, brought to you by the designer, Robert Cheerful.
Bring your bathing suit to try out the latest technology in hot tubs. Soak in it today. Take it home tonight with plenty of inventory on site. Sponsored by the Hot Tub Emporium in collaboration with Trouse Homes.
There will be heritage music and dance.
Pie judging contest with cash awards.
Sausage making demos, just like Grandma used to stuff.
And a special event. An auction for a dinner date with mayoral candidate Paul Frederickson.
On Wednesdays, veterans get in free.
Thursdays are bumper cars for seniors only from 3 to 5 p.m.
October 13th through the 17th at the Jollyville, Staverton, Malakoff, Tri-Cities, Exeter.
We'll see you there.
Hear ye, hear ye. Y'all listen here. The following is a royal decree from the King and Queen of Malakoff. All who hear this are commanded, that is, invited, to join the lords and ladies of the land for the Malakoff Renaissance Fair on October 13th through the 17th at the Tri-City Ag Center. A full weekend of revelry and regal events for the entire family. Y'all listen here, there's going to be food. Plenty to fill your bellies. Turkey legs, meat pies. Oh, it's going to be barbecue. There's going to be sausages piled high for a king's court. Squeezed lemonade, pressed apple cider, old-style brews, and homemade meat. Chewy. Oh, there's going to be sports, too, such as the King's Tournament with the Royal Court presiding. No football. Witness the true sport of jousting with lances. Think we jousting with some fella named Lance? Oh, they're going to be shields and horsemanship done in authentic quests of victory. It's like the rodeo. It's going to be craftsmanship. Oh, guys, Bob Thiel is coming. Oh, there's going to be blacksmithing and glass blowing and candle making and wool spinning. Dress up in Renaissance garb. And you may win the favor of the king and queen in prestigious awards and trophies. Y'all, Halloween come early. Come join the entire royal court on October 13th through the 17th at the Jollyville, Staverton, Malakoff, Tri-Cities Ag Center, just off Jollikoff Highway. Co-sponsored by Malakoff Rope and Hauser Company and Grumpy Sue's Home Repair. She's grumpy, but she does do good work.
Listening to KJVR. I'm Carrie Gardner.
And I'm Rory Barker. Welcome to the 22nd Jollympic Games.
We're joined by other members of our KJVR Jollyville family, Julia Stonewash and Paul Frederickson. And we're here to bring you all things Jollympics.
We begin the Jollympics how all the games start, with the opening ceremony. Jollyville is the host of these games, and the word in the Jolympic Village is these opening ceremonies are rumored to be the best ones yet.
We're here at the Tri-Cities Ag Center, and it appears to be starting with one person with a bright red dance ribbon. They're dancing. Actually, I think they're swatting away a bee with the ribbon. Yes, it's definitely a bee.
I believe this symbolizes the true energy of Jollyville. What an excellent display of artistic talent by Jollyville's very own Sherwood Barrington.
After that excellent show of creative genius, now we have the Parade of Nations. Scratch that, the Parade of Municipalities. Team Malakoff has arrived sporting what I can only describe as a mix of the outfits they wore in Willy Wonka for Wonkavision, and if Cake was an action figure. Unusual, but I'm here for it.
Here comes Team Staverton, looking like the Stavertonians know it's the summer games, right? Love them, but they're definitely dressed for winter.
And here comes Team Jollyville. Oh, the flag bearer is our own Taylor Draper. I must say, though, Team Jollyville is looking like they're about to compete and then walk into a job interview with these blazers and slacks.
Ah, what a wonderfully welcoming opening ceremony. The best I've seen in, 4 years. Now, on to our first event, javelin throwing. Over to you, Carrie and Rory.
Javelin throwing? Here? There's no room for that.
Wait, I misread that. It's actually jewel throwing.
Jewel throwing?
Yes, each athlete must take a jewel-shaped object. Thankfully, these aren't precious, but rather made of rubber, and throw them as far as they're able. The longest distance wins, but it must only bounce once. Bouncing twice or more is instant disqualification. We've seen many a victor be utterly defeated by the dreaded second bounce.
Ha! Okay, I was real worried about javelins for a second, but now I'm worried about fake bouncing diamonds.
Up to the throwing line is the top thrower in Malakoff, Gunther Frank. He is presumed to earn at least a silver these games. He had a medal-winning throw in regionals this past fall.
Sure thing, Carrie. Gunter starts with the throw. It's bounced once, and it's done. Now the line judge will go out and measure it. Whoa! It appears to be a new record for Gunter at 57 centimeters. Gunter's looking mighty pleased with himself.
Next up is Skylar Frazier from Jollyville. Skylar just barely missed the medal stand at last year's regionals due to the dreaded second bounce. If you were to sub out the bounce, it would have been a new regional record.
Skylar is up to the line. They've thrown the jewel. There's bounce one with plenty of distance. Dare I say almost too much distance and momentum? And there I believe to be a second bounce. Let's wait on the line judge to provide a ruling. Oh, and it's a second bounce for Skylar Frazier. What a crushing disappointment. Oh, that training, and for what? Nothing. It appears Skylar is out of contention yet again. This cannot be easy for them.
No, it cannot. While we wait for the rest of the competition, let's go to synchronized diving coverage with Julia Stonewash and Paul Fredrickson of the KJVR broadcasting team.
Yes, Carrie, this is Julia Stonewash coming to you from the Chipperton Community Center pool where synchronized diving is about to take place. I'm here with my co-host, Paul Fredrickson.
Hello, everyone. We're in the final round of the 50 meters synchronized diving. Now up is Team Staverton. They're currently in 4th place, looking to make it to the medal stand.
I'm not sure if they can do it. These flips are impressive, but their splashers are just too large.
Here they go to the edge of the platform.
I gotta say, diving is impressive, but my thoughts the entire time watching it are nope, absolutely not. This is terrifying. Nope.
Julia, are you leaving?
Yes, I just told you. I can't watch this. Nope.
Well, okay. I just missed that dive from Staverton's Jorkel Fadon, nicknamed Chef John, because he's always serving up sweet dives. But, based on the crowd, it seems even better than expected. The scores are in. Chef John has taken gold. Back to you, Carrie and Rory. I have to go find Julia.
Thanks, Paul. Well, it appears Malakoff took gold in the jewel throwing again this year.
With yet another less than stellar performance in jewel throwing. I say we cut our losses and close this out. Call it a day and go home. Sound good?
Works for me. Since we can't quit while we're ahead, we're just going to do it now.
You can catch the rest of the 22nd Jollympic Games at the Tri-Cities Ag Center from now until Saturday afternoon, which concludes with the ever-delightful closing ceremony brought to you by our media sponsor, Pat Penderson's Party Supplies.
Thanks for listening. This has been a special live Jolympic broadcast of Turkeys and Icing on KJVR Jollyville Radio.
Say it, and then you're going to say it for you in German. Okay. So, this is Linda Anderson with Travis County Sheriff's Office Victim Services. You're listening to Jollyville Radio on KJVR.
And hi, das ist, ich muss in Deutsch. Hallo, hier ist die Margit. Ich weiß nicht, wer der seid, aber ich sage euch allen Hallo, habt einen schönen Abend und seid jolly und freundlich und lieb und macht's gut. Bis bald. Tschüss.
You didn't say the Jollyville Radio.
I said jolly.
You said jolly.
Yeah, so you guys forgive me, but I have an accent. So
No, it's beautiful. Thank you.
I'm in Texas, but I'm still
hardcore Bavarian.
Yeah, hardcore. I'm so much south, you don't know how much south I am.
Shaky Girl Coffee. Yeah, this place is nice. Oh, man. Is it Brian Green and Bob Dawn over there? If they see me, they'll talk me to death. I just want to get my beverage and keep it going. Let's see. I think I'm going to get a hot chocolate. Yeah, that sounds good. Hey, I'm next in line. All right.
Welcome to Shaky Girl Coffee. I scream, you scream, we all scream for coffee. How may we serve you?
Anderson Millingsley? Is that you, man? Aren't you the Jollyville Radio intern? What you doing here, dude?
Yes, it's me. And yes, I used to be the Jollyville Radio intern. And what I'm doing here is working a real job that actually pays. And please, it's just Anderson.
Yeah. Look here, man. 2 names, 1 name. Let me get a hot chocolate.
What size would you like, sir?
Sir? I'm UncleASAR, dude. You know me, UncleASAR of Jollyville Community B with UncleASAR fame. Nothing? Really? Yo, man. What size drinks y'all got?
The sizes we're currently offering, sir, are the ERCOT, the Secession, and the Alamo.
The ERCOT. ERCOT, Electric Reliability Council of Tech. Aren't those the guys that, well, we already know this size won't have any power. Say, man, can you show me the cups so I can see what you're talking about?
This is the Secession, and this is the ERCOT.
Okay, well, what does the Alamo look like?
It's an 18th century Spanish mission and fortress compound. The first permanent building was likely a 2-story L-shaped stone structure.
No, man. Not the real Alamo where Santa Ana. I'm talking about the cup size, dude.
This one.
Man, that's too big. I don't want to drink all of that. How much is the no power one? I mean, the little one, the ERCOT.
$3.45, sir.
Well, how much is the Secession?
$3.95, sir.
You mean that tiny little ERCOT cup is $3.45, and you want to charge me 50 cents more for the next size, the Secession?
Well, sir, the Alamo is only 20 cents more than the Secession.
Yeah, man, but I can't drink all of that. You know what? Just give me some water.
What size water would you like, sir?
What size water y'all got?
The Jollyville Chamber of Commerce is proud to announce the new Jollyville Economic Laudation and Lamentation Platform, or JELLP for short. It's a platform for residents of the Jollyville area to leave reviews for local businesses. Let's hear some reviews from around town. How about this one for Shaky Girl Coffee?
Shaky Girl Coffee. Great customer service and a clean environment. 5 stars from Chippy G.
See how it works? I'll let you browse for a while on your own.
Gold Rush Burgers. Western themed burger joint that used to be on Duval Road. Great location downtown, and I love getting protein for burgers. It was fine, except the guy was always trying real hard to sell me on substituting cheese for gold leaf. Weird flex, but okay. 3 stars from Sherwood B.
Jollyville Reflexology is a ripoff. I went there for a foot rub, but the lady just rubbed her feet all over me instead. Now I have ringworm. 0 stars from Stan. I did not enjoy it at all.
The Dr. Volution Clinical Hypnosis Studio on Jollycoff Highway next to the Hot Tub Emporium is great. I was so excited that Dr. Volution cured my fear of chickens, I immediately went next door and bought a hot tub using my own free will. Dr. Volution is the best. 5 stars from Chippy G.
My name's Sean Palmer, and this review is for KJVR Jollyville Radio. It's kind of funny, I guess. They keep prank calling me or something, and I can never quite figure out which parts are fiction, which parts are real. I'm not really sure if it's supposed to be a podcast or radio show or what's going on. I mean, the acting it's fine, it's passable, but the writing and editing, it's only
5 stars from
Sean Palmer.
Hungry Bob's BBQ used to be one of my favorite restaurants until today. I ordered the BBQ chicken breast, but it was cold and pink on the inside and had a springy mouthfeel. When I complained, the owner had the gall to ask why I ate the whole thing if it was undercooked. And then people laughed at me. At least my new pet tapeworm likes me. 0 stars from Stan.
I thought I could trust my neighbors, and I thought I could trust my cat. But then I found out that my cat was living a double life at my neighbor's house. I wouldn't have known anything was wrong until I found my cat's other collar in the washing machine. The legal team of Foster, Bark, and Muse helped me avoid a hostile pet takeover. Thanks, Foster, Bark, and Muse. 5 stars from Howard McNeil.
This review is for Lakeshore Pharmacy RX. When I picked up my antifungal dewormer, the cashier told me that I saved $2.17. And I want to know, save compared to what? What you wanted to charge me? That's not fair. I'm taking my business elsewhere. 0 stars from Stan.
As you can see, JELLP is a new tool that provides a vibrant opportunity to connect small businesses to the customers of Jollyville. Download the JELLP app today to get started.
This is Sarah Braden. How can I help you?
Hey, nothing much. I just wanted to say that I really like y'all's ice cream, and it's really, really good. And during the whole pandemic, everything, you guys did a really good job at making me feel safe with, like, you know, doing like a lot of window ordering. So I just want to say props to you guys.
Thank you so much. That means a lot.
Oh, well, I'm so glad. Yeah, well, I'll have to go by there a couple days from now. But thanks so much, and keep up the good work.
Awesome. I'm glad you've enjoyed it.
All
Have
right.
a great night.
You too. Bye.
Ready, Michael?
Yep.
Broadcasting in 3, 2, 1. Live from the Jollyville Radio Purple Street Studio, this is Jollyville Community Beat with UncleASAR, turning the spotlight on good people doing great work in the real world. In the Texas criminal justice system, individuals affected by crime and crisis are represented by Linda Anderson, Social Service Program Coordinator with the Travis County Sheriff's Office, Victim Services Unit in Austin, Texas, providing services and supports to reduce the impact of trauma and enhance the rebuilding of lives. This is her story. Dun-dun. Linda Anderson, welcome to Community Beat.
Hi, thank you for having me on.
I had to do that because Victim Services Unit is so much like that show that comes on SUV instead of SVSU.
Yeah, so we're VSU, not SVU.
VSU, right?
We're under the umbrella of Special Victims as well. So
And we have, I think we might have a new TV show called Travis County VSU, maybe.
Oh, maybe that's in the works. Maybe, who knows?
The Travis County VSU performs some very important work. Tell us about what you guys do assisting victims of crime and trauma.
Gladly. So what we do is we're actually civilians, and we are within the law enforcement of Travis County Sheriff's Office. And what we do is we assist people. So it's actually, we assist all kinds of individuals, not just victims. We also assist witnesses and non-criminal type of offenses. We'll assist those individuals as well. So what we do is we go out when a call comes in, a deputy or a detective or whoever is out on scene. They say, you know, we need to get somebody else out here to help with these individuals that are impacted by what happened. So things that we'll do is we'll do help with the crisis in that moment. We'll also let them know what their rights are as a victim, and then we help them get connected with resources in the community. And then sometimes we also have situations where it doesn't rise to the level of a criminal offense, but say, for instance, there's a really loud argument next door. A neighbor calls it in because they're worried about that person. When the deputy goes out there, they don't really say that there was anything that happened. But, you know, if it's getting to the point where somebody's calling law enforcement because they're worried about that person, you know, that's an opportunity for us to get in there and make contact with the people involved in that report, just to kind of talk about healthy relationships and, you know, how's it going? And at that time, sometimes they will disclose like, yeah, something happened before. Or at least if, you know, we can plant the seeds of like, hey, you know, if anything does happen, please know to call us. And these are some community agencies that help with those kinds of like relationship issues and things like that. So we're trying to be as proactive, not just responsive, right? So we try to be as proactive as possible as well. And those are those opportunities where we can get in there and hopefully help something from escalating to something that becomes criminal.
You have a very small full-time staff at VSU, but a large pool of trained volunteers. What type of trainings or training do your volunteers undergo?
Well, I'm very glad that you asked that, because we actually have a huge training coming up. So my role specifically is that, so my title is Social Services Program Coordinator, but what I really do is, because that can be anything in the county, my real job, or I shouldn't say it that way, but what my real role is that I am over the interns and the volunteers. So we have a staff of 8. So that would include our director and myself, and then 6 specialists. And so we rely very heavily on our volunteers, and we have a good, I'd say probably about 40 volunteers, and that is tiered off differently. So we have volunteers that are considered active and then in training. And so if they're active, that means that they've gone through the training, they've shadowed for a significant amount of calls, and they feel comfortable, we feel comfortable, and we can send them out instead of a staff member. So just to kind of also break that down a little bit more for you, our specialists are responsible for their caseload, but they're also on rotation for a solid week where they're on call. And when we're on call, that's 24/7 for 7 days. And we get paged a lot. So we say page because we just phased out our pagers. We literally were rocking those old school pagers for the longest time, but now we have them on our little fancy phones, and we get it that way. But just to kind of give you an average, a couple of weekends ago, I mean, we've been getting a lot. We're probably the most paged out unit, or the civilian unit for sure. And I think this past weekend, from Friday to Monday, I think we got about 15 pages. So the way that is, so it's a call for service. We call it pages. And that means that we're either being activated to make contact with a person right then. either by phone or to actually respond out on scene. So we are rather busy. So in addition to the on-call responsibilities, that specialist also has their caseload responsibilities. That's their daily. So when you're not getting a lot of sleep because you're dealing with, 7 or 8 pages that are coming in, that's when our volunteers really step in and they really alleviate that load for us. Because if somebody's in the active status and they sign up for a shift, and our shifts are in 4-hour blocks, and we see, this person's inactive and they're on shift right now, that means that if we get a page, then they respond to it, which really frees up our time to actually sleep, to shower, to eat, to catch up on our reports, because we still have our daily responsibilities in addition to this on-call. And we get paged a lot, which is really a good thing, because that means that our law enforcement is really on point about victim needs, and whatever the people that they're responding to, that they see, we need to get some more people out here or other people to help in this situation. So it is a good thing, but we are super busy. So it is pretty massive. We are always looking for good people. So that's my shameless plug. If anybody's interested, please go to the website and look it up. Put in an application, contact me. We need good people. We need good people that want to help people in the community, because it's a lot. It's a lot to go through things like that. And so really what we're looking for is just a caring individual, a non-judgmental a person that's able to assist people in need. That's what we're looking for.
Yeah, you're looking for caring individuals, that type of thing. Or is there a particular background you're looking for, with the volunteers? Should they come with a skill set or some type of experience in something?
Actually, no, we don't, as volunteers. Really what we're looking for, because empathy is something that, I can't necessarily teach you. It's like you come with that. And now what I can teach you is what are the different elements? What's the scene going to look like? What is the detective going to do? And what is the criminal justice proceedings like? I can teach you all those things, but I can't teach you necessarily how to be caring and empathic to somebody, right? So we want people that genuinely care about individuals and want to help them. The rest, I got you. Like I'll teach you all those things. We actually have a very vast amount of backgrounds in our volunteers. Like some people do have some like social services type backgrounds. Other people just, they're coming out of the IT world and they just wanted to help people. Some people are retirees and they wanted to, contribute and do some more. Some are students, that are, they just really like doing this. So it is a very rewarding type occupation and volunteer opportunity because of what you get to do, and you get, like getting to help somebody in the moment and be there with them. Sometimes that can just be such a filling and rewarding feeling for people. So yeah, the backgrounds totally vary, and that's okay, because from that, we've had a lot of, we've learned a lot as well. Having diverse backgrounds, you learn just as much as what you're teaching somebody. So I always welcome a lot of diversity, because I think that's always fantastic.
Now you spoke about your role. You characterized your role as liaising between individuals and the police, and advocating on behalf of those being victims of crime and witnessing crime. What has been the feedback from the community in that regard?
So that's an interesting question, and I'm not sure exactly how to answer it, but a lot of people don't even know we exist, which is why I was really excited to be part of this, because unfortunately, sometimes people, when they find out about us, is because we're helping them. Right. And so it's already kind of like in that moment, in that element of having to, a scary time where they had to call law enforcement, or law enforcement was involved somehow. So we're actually kind of hidden. And I like for that message to kind of get out there that, that we do have, people working within law enforcement that aren't law enforcement, but are going out there to help them and everybody that's involved, right? To make that just a little bit better, if we can do that. And also to get people connected, because it's like, now we have this cop that shows up, but now what do I do afterwards? All right. And so we can kind of pick up that, and we can free up that for, say, potentially it goes to a detective. Like a detective is working on the investigative part, and then we can help and focus getting that person connected with like Safe Alliance, with domestic violence shelters or services, or talking about protective orders and how to get that, and counseling resources, and getting people connected with that. So that can be our focus, so that a detective can keep their focus of what they need to do in order to hold somebody accountable. So
Linda, if someone is impacted by crime and needs emotional support, or looking for information about the rights, or wants to volunteer with VSU, or how can they find the Travis County Sheriff's Office Victim Services Unit on the internet or by phone?
So it's tcsheriff.org, and that is our main website. And from there are tabs, and we have our own tab for victim services. And in that, so if anybody just needs assistance or just needs a bit of information, they can look there. People always are free to and welcome to call us on our mainline number as well, and we'll assist. Sometimes we'll get calls from different jurisdictions, right? So we don't handle Austin Police Department cases, but if somebody calls us, we can still like help them, and then still refer them, help them with a question, and then be like, okay, we're with Travis County. We don't actually handle that case, but here's the information, and then follow up with their victim services. But anybody can call us like for any questions that they have. Sometimes we get calls about somebody not ready to make a report, but they need help, right? And so we can definitely, assist that person in talking about what's available to them, what kind of resources that we have here. In Travis County, we are pretty lucky in how progressive this county is. So a lot of agencies work together to try to help everybody in the community. So, you have all the jurisdictions kind of like coming together at community meetings with like community agencies, nonprofits, all kind of like everybody working towards the same goal, which is nice to see that kind of collaboration, because that keeps it from being disjointed and disconnected, because we're all going for the same goal, right? But yeah, so anybody can call us and ask questions, or if they need if they just had any kind of question, like they can give us a call, and we can help out wherever we can. And if somebody's interested in volunteering, it's the same thing. You go to tcsheriff.org, and then go to the victim services tab, and then it'll route you to the volunteer page where you can put in an application. So.
Or back in the day, in the 90s, we could page you.
Yeah, you can page us, right? I still secretly have my pager in my desk. But it has been deactivated. But I rocked that thing for so long. I've been with Travis County since 2012. Even back then, it wasn't cool to walk around with a pager, but I sure did. That's right. I had something.
Well, they brought the fanny packs back. I guess you can bring back the pager, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Linda Anderson.
We're moving with the times.
There you go. Linda Anderson, thank you for joining us on Community Beat, and we wish you the best of the best.
Thank you so much.
This has been Jollyville Community Beat with UncleASAR and Dig This. No one can do everything, but everyone can do something. Peace. Don.
That's awesome.
It was great.
All right.
I love it too.
Yeah.
I was in actually in one of the episodes, I was like, yeah, Don.
The creative team behind these episodes of Jollyville Radio include UncleASAR Alkebulan, Emily Ancinec, Michael Crosa, Michelle Darcy, Jamie Davis, Richard Dayries, Brian Green, Alan Kay, Pilar Kep, Robert Leary, JB Skurlock, Michael Stanley, Thomas Schlitt, Matt Waite, and K. Wise Denty. Special appearances by Bob Dawn of the Bob Short Story Hour and Hidden Oaks Podcast, and John Cook of the Fido Podcast. Direction and music by Michael Crosa, with editing help from Richard Dayries, Jamie Davis, and Dr. Montse Santillan. Social media help from Emily Ancinec. The recording was made in accordance with social distancing. Jollyville Radio is a member of the Pizza Rice Podcasting Collaborative. We are based in Chattanooga, Tennessee. The writer's room for episodes 301 and 302 are UncleASAR Alkebulan, Emily Ancinec, Michael Crosa, Brian Green, Pilar Kep, and K. Wise Denty. We'll see you next time on Jollyville Radio. If you would like to support the financial success of Jollyville Radio, you can find us on Patreon.com. We have all kinds of goodies to say thank you to our sponsors, including letters from characters such as this one from Kitty Westlake.
Oh, my liege, this is Miss Kitty here, and I say, could you possibly be more excited? You may know me as Kitty Westlake, the lovable, creative, charming, intelligent, devilishly attractive, and utterly gracious and delightful Southern lady, with all the charm of a frosty and refreshing mint julep on a sweltering hot afternoon. Though some listeners, those ignorant, knuckle-dragging troglodytes amongst us, and I must say on very rare occasions, well, some think that I can be so passively aggressive and sporadically even surly, while those mere mental tadpoles would liken my charms to that of a venomous rattlesnake, such as the cottonmouth or those despicable water moccasins. Oh, my heaven, can you believe such creatures exist? Mama, bless their little hearts. Well, the reason I'm here is to thank you, as always, my dear Pat, for supporting Jollyville Radio on Patreon. I say, we simply couldn't do it without you. With gratitude, your Kitty Westlake.
To become a monthly patron of our show, just go to patreon.com/Jollyville Radio.